Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Tuesday morning video. I post these videos every day at 9 a.m. Before I get into this video, make sure you like and subscribe, comment below. Last month we did achieve 600 subs, so much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Next milestone would be 700. So if we can get to 700 by the end of this month, that would be amazing. So if you have a second, just hit the subscribe button right there, and it's much appreciated. So I'm gonna title this video just basically went shopping. I really didn't know what to say other than the fact I went kind of a little nuts on, in the market yesterday. So the first stock I bought when the market opened was Voyager Digital. Ticker is VYGVF. This is a online crypto broker. I think long-term there'll be more than that. They'll probably do like general stocks. They have a token there. You know, it's a platform that's under, I believe it's under a $4 billion market. I think it's like 2, but it's a small cap company. So if you look at Yardini Research and just in general small caps like Russell 2000, stuff like that, these companies are completely, I don't want to say they're steals of valuations, just in general as a broad, but like, everyone has been overlooking small caps. All big tech and big cap and FANG and all that stuff have been running like crazy. So I think there's going to be a rotation to small caps. So I'm really focusing on small caps personally. So Voyager, VYGVF, I bought yesterday at $9.73. Grab my phone 1 second. So yeah, it closed at, let me just pull it up. I just grabbed my phone. Closed at $10.08 yesterday. So it did rally back. So I clearly bought it at a pretty good time. I added 33% of my position on this buy. So I went really heavy. This is my second buy on this stock. My initial position, I believe, was like high 10s maybe. I know it wasn't 11, but it was high 10s. So my initial position was high 10s. And, that's kind of what I did. Let me see the bounce here. I'm just looking at yesterday's bounce. Okay, so it looks like it hit right around 960 at its low right before noon. And then it kind of bounced back. So I bought it like at 11 a.m. So almost bought it at the peak bottom. I mean, as a long-term investor, I mean, it really doesn't matter, to be honest. But I feel like I did get a good buy. I like that I, bought 33%. My new cost base now is $10.53. This is a long-term hold for me. This stock a couple months ago when crypto was going insane, when Bitcoin was at $70,000, Voyager reached a peak of $28 back in March, April, which is crazy. So let's just say you think, the world's not over with crypto, it's gonna bounce back, and you think Voyager can one day get to its 52-week high, which I think it's gonna exceed that easily. You're 3xing your money just buying around this price right now. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's a steal. That's my opinion. So I highly recommend buying it. It's right around $10 right now. It's definitely a buy in my opinion. Next stock I bought yesterday was Beyond Meat, ticker's BYMD. This is one of my 4 growth stocks I started targeting, basically I was gonna focus on all year. Beyond Meat is one of those companies where it ran really crazy all year, and it's kind of like, I kind of bought at the highest point, to be honest. I bought it like 125, 120 of where, well, it went way above that this year. I think it went up to like 180 or 170, but anyways, if it was below 120, my cost base was 120, I'm like, I'm happy with that long term. I believe, they got deals with Pepsi, they got deals with Taco Bell, McDonald's. Like they're a growing industry. They're industry leaders of plant-based food. So they're in all grocery stores. I just think this is kind of like a healthy alternative that people are going to move to for especially like fast foods and stuff like that in the future. I think people are going to be more aware of their health and stuff like that. And there's the other solutions that almost taste just as good. So I bought yesterday at 101.02. Let me see where that was yesterday. I'm just curious now because I didn't look. So 101.02, it closed the day at 101.23. So I bought at a decent time. It looks like 101.02. It looks like it kissed 100 for like a second. So I basically bought at the bottom. And I added 10% to my portfolio of this position. And this is basically at 1 year low. So it's below 1 year lows, 52-week lows. So when you have a stock that you think is gonna grow in the future, this is like a mid-sized market cap, a little larger than the small caps in my opinion. If it's at 1 year lows and the fundamentals haven't changed, there's no reason you shouldn't be buying right now. Like you 100% should be buying this stock if you're a long-term investor and you believe in it. So my cost base moved down to 119.35. It's still a little high, but I'm okay with that. If it goes below 100, I'm going to continue probably to buy this, and I'll make videos if I do, but I bought 10% of my position. This one's pretty built out though, where this one isn't. So that's kind of where you see the percentage difference in how much I bought. This one is a newer position. This one I've been building out for over a year and a half at this point. Cost base, yeah, $19.35. Last stock I bought yesterday was Corsair Gaming, CRSR. I talk about this stock a lot. I bought at $25.76, which is 5% of my portfolio. The reason I went real small on this is because it's my third biggest position. It's basically fully built out. Could I see it going below $25? Maybe, we'll see. If it runs up, would I be mad? No. So based on where I'm at with the stock and how well built it is, I really wasn't looking to get crazy, but it is, if it's in the 25s, I want to buy. So it moved my cost base to $30.18. So this stock, when I started buying, I think it was like $35, $34. So I've been slowly driving down my cost base. I would like to see a 29, like 29XX, like something before I finish building it out, which I might do. It depends on what the market does and how far it goes and, other deals in the market. Let me see where I'm at here, how far I am. All right, so I got time. So what's my plan on this crazy market? A lot's going on with the small, large, and the debt ceiling. So you have basically the Democrats and the Republicans clashing heads. They're pointing fingers at each other, which, really is no surprise to me. And whatever side you like or choose or believe in, that's fine. This isn't a video about politics or anything like that. So, what I think is going to happen is I think the debt ceiling is going to get raised before October 18th. That's my opinion. So we're not going to default on our debt. That would look really bad for America. It'd make us look dysfunctional. And most people value the dollar as the general, currency, like the strongest currency in the world. So if we defaulted, that would look really bad and cause panic, and it would be a self-inflicted financial crisis. Like that's literally what it would be. So there's no way in heck, if we have two solutions to figure out in 3 weeks, that's going to happen. In my opinion, there's a 99% chance that debt ceiling gets raised, at least to the end of this year, and then we'll figure it out. So my plan is basically, I think the small infrastructure bill will get passed. The large, they'll probably negotiate down to like a 2.5 trillion, 2 trillion, depending on how that, where they fall and where the chips lie. The debt ceiling will get raised at least in the year. So with that said, I really think we're going to have a strong run in the back half of October, November, and December, especially with the Merck news, with the red pill for COVID. I really think that's a good thing. And if people are reluctant to take the vaccine for whatever reason, then they have another solution to get themselves out of the hospital if needed, so it keeps the deaths down. So I think that's hidden good news that nobody's really talking about right now. So my plan is to keep buying as the stock market goes down, as it goes up, which I think it's going to do in the back half of October. I'm just going to kind of stack cash. I was doing that basically in July and August. If you guys watched my videos back then, I really wasn't buying much because I was like, what, the market's so hot, cash. I started at I had 35% at one point a couple weeks ago. Now I'm down to 20%. So I deployed a lot of money in the past like 2-3 weeks. So like 15% of my cash. So I know a lot of people that I talk to are lower than that. They're at like 5 to 10%. So I'm a little more of like conservative, just because you never know what's going to happen. And I always want to have like, if the market flipped upside down, that's when I want to like, if those people keep buying, you might have 5 or 2% cash, but if the market flips upside down, then you only have 2% cash left to play with. Like I want to have at least 10%. Like I think that's not going to happen, but just say it does happen. Let's just say the debt ceiling doesn't get raised. I'm going to deploy all 20% of my money if that happens. Whereas people that have like 5% if that happens, they don't think it's going to happen, which it shouldn't, then they're not going to have as much to take advantage of. That's kind of why I do it that way. Long term, I'm very bullish. I think we're going to have a strong Q4. I do think we're going to have also a strong Q1. Supply chain issues, obviously there's bottlenecks right now. Inflation's gonna come in high this year, so that's a little negative, but we all know that. Fed's gonna start tapering when things get back on track. We know that's gonna happen. Really everything that's kind of bad for the market, we know it's gonna happen, so it's already priced in my opinion. So long term, I think we're gonna have a decent 2022, especially if the supply chain issues start sorting themselves out in spring and summer of next year. I think we're gonna have a great back half of the 2022 also. And I also think crypto is gonna be really strong in 2022 also, which is why I'm buying stocks like Voyager Digital. So that's all I got. Till tomorrow, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. That's it. Peace.